Hello, we are doing our multimedia project on oppression today. Okay, let me just see. So, what is oppression? Oppression is defined as prolonged, cruel, or unjust treatment or control. Iris Young stated in the article Five Faces of Oppression that oppression is when people reduce the potential for other people to be fully human. In other words, oppression is when people make other people less human. This could mean treating them in a dehumanizing manner, but it could also mean denying people language, education, and other opportunities that might make them more become fully human in both mind and body. So, who faces oppression? Oppression can occur to anyone in a minority group, and these individuals face discrimination every day in terms of negative attitudes and exclusion from society. So, examples other than deaf individuals could be minority races, women, disabled individuals, and people from the LGBTQ community. I found this great example of the different types of oppression that people can face. And it also gives a detailed on who is the targeted group and who is the non-targeted group.
So our purpose for this project was to ask 3 different peers of ours if they ever experienced oppression and how that made them feel. And after their answers, we decided to ask them if they ever thought about what it was like for a deaf individual in a hearing world, and ask them in what ways they thought they've been mistreated in the hearing world. Um, Assuming that they never really thought about that, we decided to ask them how society would change as a whole if um, after we informed the deaf individual, after we informed them about how um, deaf individuals experience oppression, because deaf people can do everything that hearing people can do except hear. And our teammates' responsibilities were asking 3 different questions, including, have you ever experienced oppression? Have you ever thought about what it's like for a deaf individual in the hearing world? And in what ways do you think they've been mistreated? So I interviewed Deontay Smith, who is a 19-year-old sophomore at Temple University studying marketing. And I chose to interview him because he always likes to hear me talk about deaf culture and my major and how much I'm passionate about it. And I recently did teach him the ASL alphabet and some everyday science that he should know. And here is our interview. Um, have you ever experienced?
Yes, as a Black individual, I was pulled over and questioned while coming home from a friend's house.
According to the Center for American Progress, Black drivers are 30% more likely to get pulled over. So, saying that, um, have you ever thought about what it's like for a deaf individual to live in a hearing world?
No, not until I started to work at Chipotle and I had to interact with deaf individuals who were customers.
And how did you communicate with them?
I just pointed at the food because I didn't know any sign language.
So, as a deaf individual, it's hard for them to communicate with people in food places and hospitals and stuff. So I think that like hospitals, food stores, and a lot of places that they go, they should know finger spelling or just like the basic signs that there's easy communication there. So in what ways do you think they've been mistreated, deaf individuals?
I think that it's probably harder for them to get jobs because companies don't have the knowledge or resources to train a deaf individual or to train their employees to communicate with deaf individuals.
Yeah. So the employment rate for deaf individuals is staggering, and fewer than 40% of deaf individuals have a full-time job. And that is a big statistic in general, but it always goes back to when deaf individuals are born and in their childhood, parents deny that their child is deaf and they try to mold them into being a normal kid. And to some parents, being normal is to be hearing. So that's where it all starts. But okay, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
So I did my interview with my friend Bella, who, wait, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, the thing wasn't, okay. With my friend Bella, who's a sophomore attending Westchester University, and she's studying marketing. I chose to interview Bella because she doesn't know much about the deaf community, and I really wanted to interview someone who I could help educate and spread the word about the deaf community and the oppression that they face. After this interview, Bella did tell me that she's really interested in learning more about the deaf community and stuff like that. So here's my interview. Okay, hi Bella.
Hey.
Okay, so I'm just gonna ask you a few questions about oppression and the deaf community. So my first question is, have you ever experienced oppression?
Not that I can personally recall, but I feel like growing up as a woman, I can definitely experience it in the near future.
Yeah, for sure. I would agree with that. My second question is, have you ever thought about what it's like for the deaf individuals to live in a hearing world?
It's not something that usually crosses my mind, but I feel like now that I'm actually thinking about it, I can only imagine how hard it is for them to tackle like some obstacles that we think are challenging. I feel like their biggest like obstacle is definitely the communication barrier, and between like us having the ability to hear and them is just, I can only imagine how tough that is.
Yeah, for sure. Us as hearing individuals don't realize how important American Sign Language is, and if more hearing individuals knew the language or just kind of like the basic signs of it, that communication barrier could be fixed almost and easy for them. And my last question is, in what ways do you think deaf individuals have been mistreated?
Definitely like the jobs, finding jobs for them.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're looked at as like they're incapable of some, like to some people that like they don't have the same abilities as us, but in reality it's the same abilities that we have. Like I said earlier, like we have the ability to hear, it's just they don't. So I mean, yeah.
Right. They, a lot of hearing individuals think that they are incapable of so many things that we are, but it's just not true. They have the exact same responsibilities, capabilities, all of that. They're just deaf, but they're like, it's the same equalities, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I chose to interview Julia Marsico, who is a 22-year-old senior at Westchester, and she is studying early education. And I chose to interview Julia because she is somewhat familiar with the deaf culture through her major, peers, and family members. Also, I wanted to choose her because I knew that some of her students in the near future could present with a hearing loss or anything like that. So I thought it was interesting to have her as an interviewee.
Okay. I think it's recording, yes. All right. Hi, Julia. Thank you for taking time to let me interview you today for my Deaf Studies class. Just going to ask you a few questions. Number one, have you ever experienced oppression?
Not that I know of. I do know that there's a disadvantage when it comes to my future career. I know that men make more money than women, even if they work the same hours and like the same job.
Yeah. I found a statistic on Workers World that the average woman
make about 30% less than men, even with the same job, skill level, and hours. So that's pretty significant.
Wow.
Have you ever thought about what it's like for a deaf individual in the hearing world?
I never really thought about it, but I'm sure they face many more obstacles than the average person since they lack hearing. And I'm sure it's hard to communicate with others because they aren't familiar with ASL.
Yeah. Some deaf individuals find it even hard to stay connected to their family members. For example, if the deaf individual is at a holiday dinner and everybody's laughing and chatting, and the deaf individual turns to their parents and says, what's going on? What is everybody laughing at? And their parents might just brush it off and say, I'll tell you later. Like, this is a serious concern and a great example of oppression. In what ways do you think they've been mistreated?
Deaf individuals have been mistreated and oppressed in many ways. Finding a job could be hard for them because like employers might be prejudiced against them and they don't want to employ someone that is deaf because of their lack of hearing. It might be hard to train them and stuff like that.
Yeah. The employment gap between deaf and hearing people in the US is a significant area of concern because in 2014, only 48% of deaf people were employed compared to 72% of hearing people. So,
Wow.
It's pretty significant. But thank you so much for taking the time to interview with me today, and I hope that you can educate people along the way.
Of course, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, sorry, I'm trying to move us in the corner. Okay, so we thought this project would turn out pretty much like expected. We thought it was really interesting to see that some of our interviewees have not experienced oppression while others have. We learned that everyone experiences it in their own way, and everyone may or may not experience it depending on your life. Our interviews, even if our interviewees said that they never really thought about what it was like for deaf individuals to live in a hearing world, asking them this question really made them think about it and think about the culture that is different than their own, kind of putting themselves in different shoes and the shoes of deaf individuals. So we thought it would be fun to ask you guys to ask your friends and family if they've ever thought about what it was like for deaf individuals to live in a hearing world. You never really know, or people don't really think about it unless they're asked. So we encourage you guys to ask this question as well and see what their response is, and maybe you can help them and educate them too. Unfortunately, like I just said, hearing individuals don't always think about it, but this needs to change, and us as deaf advocates can do that. We have the ability to share the knowledge that we have learned through all of our deaf studies classes, through our professors, and it's really important to us. So we want to change that and share the knowledge that we have learned. We hope this project will help hearing individuals become more aware of other cultures, and the number of deaf individuals who face oppression will decline. We have the ability to learn sign language. We can educate ourselves about the culture and be patient and understanding in situations that maybe you're not used to, but it's important for us to learn American Sign Language to help that communication barrier. And our last slide is just overall that this project was a great way for others to become aware of the disadvantages that the deaf community faces regarding oppression. If we had to make changes to this project, we would have reached out to someone in the deaf community. And by doing this, the deaf individual could probably give more insight on ways that they have felt being oppressed and give more examples about how they live their life in the hearing world. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.